Hello. What's up? I'm back again. Today I do have a topic. This actually I do have a topic. What was it? I should be prepared more first. It's about agency. I was thinking more about agency in my life. I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining. But yeah, I'm thinking about agency in my life and how we handle challenges. I think one way to think about it is that why do we complain about work, for example, or complain about anything really, when you don't change anything about it? It's kind of weird, right? So my thought was that it's just because it regains agency, right? Like usually at work, we don't have much power. We just go to work, listen to our boss, and do whatever, right? And we don't really have a choice. Especially like if you think about like how the economy is, we just have to go to work, right? There's not much choice for us. So in a way, we have to regain control or regain agency, regain self-efficacy, whatever word you want to use. So one way to do that is just to complain, right? Because by complaining, we regain a sense of agency and control. Because we don't have that, then we feel helpless. And when you feel helpless, like, it's tough, man. If you feel helpless, what do? You start acting out, right? You start lashing out. So I think that's why we complain about what. I felt like I wanted to say more about this, but I think that's pretty much it. Other ways to regain agency is just to know that you have an emergency fund of, let's say, 6 to 9 months of net income, or let's say 3 months. It depends on your psychological safety. I use net income because my expenses can vary from month to month, but the typical advice is use expenses as a basis, but I'm going to use net income. So let's say your risk tolerance is high, right? So then you can have 3 months of net income, and that's okay. Whereas if your net tolerance is low, you can have 9 months like me, because I know I'm very risk averse, right? I'm very risk averse, so I'm thinking of having 9 months, for example. But 6 months is a good spot of net income. So you have psychological safety, for one, and then you need to have a purpose outside of work, meaning you have to have a life outside of work. I think this how this works is that you have an identity outside of work. So you're not just about work, right? So how you define yourself is not just about work. Because if it's only work, then if something happens at work, then you're screwed because you have nothing else to fall back on. So for example, instead of work, you could play sports. So you're an athlete in a way. You're a badminton player. You're a squash player. You're a bowler. I don't know. Like you exercise. You're a gym goer. You have a lot of friends. You're a social butterfly. You have XXX, XXX, XXX. Banyak lah. Thinking about this, I have a few people who I know who seem to be more resilient than me. What I mean by that is like they face a challenge, then they seem to be less emotionally affected by it, or they recover faster, or they can take more punishment. Like a lot of ways you can define it, right? So let's say like for example, one, they can take a lot more pressure than me without breaking. Two, once they do break, they'll recover faster. And true, one they break, the emotional intensity is not as high. So it just feels I feel I'm kind of envious in a way, because how do these people do it? Because I'm sure you can tell, even with three episodes, it can be very emotional and sensitive. So it's always fascinating to me to see how other people are just so unaffected by it, or just like they recover so fast, which I don't get. But yeah, like it's weird because like for example, one person could be very unpleasant to work with, but a few people are just like they're okay with him for some reason. Like I don't know how, but they are. So maybe we should learn from them or something. And they just have like they don't read a lot. I assume they don't have all these thoughts about like identity and psychological safety or whatever. They just do stuff, and you think it back, like they have like, like for example, they take care of their parents' restaurants, they go climbing, they have a lot of friends, they work, they do their routine, whatever. So they have a lot of psychological safety without even knowing the theory. They just do it. It's find quite interesting. Whereas people like me, who I think this is center, right? I feel like this is center. Okay, I think this is center. Someone say it. People like me who just like we read a lot, but we don't really do much, I guess. I mean, knowledge without action doesn't really help you. That's I'm quite curious about doing that. I think I've been trying to rebuild my life outside of work, because I can't just blame work, because I keep blaming work. But think about it, like, it's not just work, because even without work, like on the weekend, long holiday, I still don't do what I want to do. Like, the simple fact is that my habits, right, which I wanted to do since I was 18 or younger, but I just never could do them consistently. If I could, there's always an obstacle. Let's say I could do them for 8 weeks, right? 9 weeks, suddenly something happens and I just stop doing it. Or like, I want more of my habits, right? I keep moving the goalpost. It's like, no, now I need to increase time. Now I need to do complexity. Oh my God, actually, I've been doing it for 8 weeks, but I don't feel much different. So let's do something else. So it's like, it's like I can't be satisfied with my progress. It's weird, like, I feel like it's not center. It doesn't feel center. Whatever. Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, so yeah, like now I'm in the process of rebuilding my habits and just doing them, right? Like whatever the cost. Not whatever cost, like how you feel should not necessarily determine how you act, right? Both at work and both in real life. You should try to be someone who does what you intend to do. So for me, it's my habits. It's going to bed on time, waking up on time, talking to people, like what have you. It could be something as simple like, hey man, like me personally, I've been using my phone a lot. So let's say, for example, like I go to the toilet, I go eat, I go shower, there's no music, there's no phone. I just sit there and just be bored. So wake up, don't look at the phone for 2 hours. Something really niche is like I like to lie down, look at my phone. So I've been trying to like not lie down at least. I don't know if that's too niche. Maybe it's pathetic, but like I try to sit down and look at my phone. Not just like sit on the ground, sit on a chair, not just lie down, because I feel like I just feel so much better. I feel less lethargic, right? Because when you lay down a lot, you just like your body gets like lethargic because it's like, hey, time to rest, instead of just sitting there. Yeah, I mean, very niche, but that's what I'm trying to do. Other things like, that's about it actually. What else do I do? Just gotta, yeah, I'm trying to do that. And I want to change my self-talk, because I mean, if you talk bad about yourself too much, like it's kind of self-defeating, right? Like it's not gonna help you. And yeah, it's not gonna help you. And I feel like it makes me more into a victim, because I mean, keep blaming work, but like, yeah, work is a lot, but it's been like almost 2 years, man. Like, it can all be work, because there are many moments where the work was not an issue, right? I had time, but I didn't have the energy. Specifically, I didn't have the like starting energy to just start the thing. So like, it's all me, man. Like that part's on me. Like, I remember watching a video by Alex Hormozi. He says like, I forgot the context, but it was like something about fitness. So it's like, if you can't get fit now, when you have no commitments, no children, no wife, no anything, like how can you expect to get fit when you do have those things, right? So it's like habits or like success, if only in perfect conditions, is very fragile, right? So you need to be able to exceed no matter what, within reasonable limits, right? I mean, he didn't add that, but like obviously, but generally speaking, like maybe if perfect conditions were there, you'd be a lot more successful. But how many times in life are you gonna face perfect conditions, right? Oftentimes there's gonna be imperfect conditions, whether internally or externally, right? Because a lot of times, like externally, it's a perfect conditions, right? You woke up early, you have energy, no one's bothering you, you just like yesterday was great, but then internally you just face this sort of resistance. You're like, I just want to look at my phone, right? I want to do something else. I don't want to do this, like for whatever reason. Like Instagram Reels are just so addicting. If you know, you know. But yeah, like YouTube Shorts are just so addicting. So for example, you just don't do the thing, and you just struggle. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do recently. Not just in terms of action, in terms of internal changes. I've been trying to, like have more positive self-talk, be less of a victim, like pretty much. And I've been focusing on starting my habits, I think, and forgetting about the effects. I just want to be able to do them for a extended period of time without necessarily chasing the return or the effect. So I think because I think maybe I have a short-term mindset, because I want to see gains now, right? If I don't, I feel kind of worthless. Like, why am I doing this? Whereas I know, like, compared to like, it's like, even if they don't do anything, right? Compared to me looking at my phone and mindlessly watching YouTube, or like mindlessly watching YouTube Reels or like YouTube Instagram Shorts, right? I mindlessly watch on TikTok. Then like I'm pretty sure reading or like what have you, or taking a walk after dinner, these small things are much better than even that. If not, like who cares, right? Like if they're both pointless, at least I can say I tried to, let's say it's something very niche, right? Like, oh, I go to toilet and I never look at my phone. I eat food, I just focus on the food, talk to people, then I look at my phone, right? Maybe it has no effect. Like honestly, it could have zero effect, right? But at least you tried, like compared to like what do you lose versus you just, like me personally, what do I lose versus me just looking at my phone, Instagram Shorts for like 4 hours a day, right? I lose nothing, right? And I know these things make me feel better, even though like maybe in my mind like success from these habits means financial, right? I just want to have a lot of money, but maybe it's not that, right? Maybe it's other things like my mental clarity. I feel better. My dopamines aren't as fried. But even if nothing changes, like I know for sure I prefer doing that than watching Instagram Shorts whole day, man, for no reason, like just because it's so addicting, right? But yeah, that was a bit ranting, but oh my god, bro, the first 5 minutes of these videos are just tough because I don't script them. I just go from the heart, right? And maybe I think to me this is a form of public speaking, and this is form of me spilling out my thoughts. Normally I would do this in front of a person, but with a person you have to watch for the reaction, have to think about them, have to focus on them, Here I can just talk, and then that's that, right? That's life. I think I'm on this team. What else? Yeah, I've been trying to do that. And I think, I've been trying to be less people pleasing because I think I'm very much a people pleaser. Like I hate to disappoint people. I like to, I just hate to disappoint people, man. Like I'm really afraid of some people. I'm afraid of the reaction. Like, but it's something I need to work on. In a sense, like I want to learn the fact that if I disappoint someone, let's say for work, right, I'm not gonna die, right, and I'm not gonna get fired, right? Because like usually it's not that big of a deal. Like they might get angry, right? Say, or they might yell, but I'm not gonna die, right? I'm not gonna go on. And at this level, like entry level, right? Like there's plenty of jobs out there. It's not like reputation. Like for example, if I was C-level executive or much higher, then reputation matters a lot, right? Because that level you're getting paid a lot, so they can't just rely on your hard skills. They need to see your soft skills, right? But once you're entry level, like they just want the basic, like like can you do the basic job and can you just listen to some basic instructions? Like I can do that. Like I'm pretty sure I can do that. I've proven it. So it seems weird that I don't want to say because I'm judging myself. Based on the context, I react too strongly to these negative things, and I want to learn to be more even keel in my response and just be able to recover faster if something happens, because something will happen. They always do. And I think it takes toll on you. Like if every second of the day you're just miserable because of something at work or something in the future, whereas you could just do the thing, set a timer, do the minutes, and just live life, right? Because like, oh god, bro, it's so tiring to be so anxious all the time. Like so anxious all the time for what, bro? I don't understand. Yeah. And to be every day you look at yourself and think you're a failure. For what? Like, I think my case is just like, you know what they say, like if you have no problems, your mind will make problems. I think that's happening to me. Like I don't have any big problems, so my mind just keeps making problems for me. But yeah, I mean, recording videos is very difficult actually, because my third day and I'm running out of ideas. So I think probably after this I'll need to start scripting and start writing down. Every time I get a YouTube idea, I write down. So that could be that. I've been trying to capture more of my ideas. Like I don't know if you guys know about this idea of like, from Tiago Forte. He has this system, like Para system. I'm not sure. I think it's called Para. It's like you capture your thoughts or tasks, then you organize them, right, into these 3 other categories. I've got like the archive, resources, and areas. The idea that I like the most, and I combined this with another video by a YouTuber called Strufless, was that this idea of mini journaling, where instead of every time you get the urge to look at your phone, instead of opening an app, you just journal, right? Which I've tried to do, but I don't know, like I just find it, I don't know how to find it. It's like, I feel like it should help me more than it actually does right now. Because for example, right, I open my Notion, I write down one bullet point, then I do it again and again and again. I wonder, is that how am I supposed to do it? Like, or is there a better way? Like, this is the analytical part of me coming back, the self-critical. Like, I could just do it, right? But somehow I need to optimize to make it better, so I don't waste my time. Yeah, I've been trying to capture more ideas, for example. So, for example, like this YouTube, right? I could have a lot of ideas in the shower, in the car, or while walking, and I could just record it down. Then at the end of the week or end of the day, I could just put it into a folder. So I have this idea. So just have a title, maybe 1-2 sentences, right? Because I think if I want to do this YouTube thing consistently, I need to start finding ideas. Because I can't just speak off the cuff for 30 minutes every time, or 20 minutes, right? It's not easy. I don't want to be like, it's like you watch this video and there's like 5 minutes of silence. It's gonna be a bit boring, right? Plus, I don't edit these videos, so and I see these other YouTubers that I'm inspired by. They don't post that often, right? So I want to follow them, right? Because I don't branch out topics. I don't want to just talk about work, right? I got other interests, like going to. I mean, I don't want to look at it, but I like going to the gym, right? I like hanging out with friends. I like reading. I like writing. I like pondering things. Like sometimes you just go through life and like, why does this happen? Why did they do this, right? Which I'm sure most of you can relate. I just want to spill that out here, right? Preferably in a thinking, how do I say it? Not like a rant, but you can see my ideas, because I like these videos, especially when they have the guy has a central idea, like one idea, right? He talks about it the whole time, and it feels nice, right? It feels like a lecture in a way, and I think it helps them organize their thoughts, because if you can speak on a topic for 30 minutes and like it's clear, I'm pretty sure you have a good understanding of that topic, right? Or you have good convictions or good thoughts about the topic, which is what I'm trying to do. So yeah. I think, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do pretty much. Slowly though, right? You gotta start slow, because for example, I know this idea from Recovering Overthinker, where they have the habits are split into 3 parts, right? Which is elite, plus, and mini. What I understand is elite is like, if I did this thing, what would an elite person be able to do consistently for years? Elite meaning like, this is your entire job, right? This is like what you do for your entire life. That's the elite. Or like elite for you lah. Like, let's say if I do this every day, I'm an elite person, right? And it has to be something, let's say, you could realistically only do, let's say, like half the time, right? Or like 1/3 of the time. And then there's the mini, mini, whatever. Mini is like something that you can do consistently even on your worst days. So let's say that's 5 minutes, right, of the thing, or whatever it could be. Like, it could be reading. Then plus is this idea where it's your secret weapon, because you put plus either close to mini or close to elite. So if you're already struggling, you put it close to mini. So then instead of doing the mini, you do the plus. So instead of 5 minutes, the plus could be 7 minutes. So you do 7 minutes, right? Then in your mind, you're like, I'm not just doing the bare minimum, I'm doing more. That helps you psychologically, right? But also, in terms of the elite, you could put it close to elite. So then instead of doing the plus, right, you could do elite. So now, instead of just doing less than elite, you're actually motivated to do elite more. But it depends on your stage. I think at my current stage, I should put the plus next to the elite. So then instead of doing the mini, like 5 minutes, I look at the plus and say, oh, it's only 7 minutes. Let me do that, right? So now I feel better. Oh God, I thought someone's coming. Yeah, I could feel better. What else? Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to do my mini habits and just maintain the momentum, right? Sometimes you need momentum. Once you have momentum, then it's much easier to just keep going, and forget about the effects. Because once once I think about the effects, it starts to become harder to maintain, because you start running the cost-benefit analysis, right? Like, should I do this? Should I do that? It's just, yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, I mean, keep thinking someone's coming, because I don't want people to barge on my video. What else? Well, good things I was watching this, because I'm very bad at this. And there's no cuts, so if I'm quiet, it's just gonna be quiet. Wait. Alright, I'm back. Small interlude, because someone interrupted me again. But I feel more energized now. Let's see what I want to talk about. So I got 10 minutes left. I think I'm gonna try to post 30-minute videos. I think it's good to stretch my thinking ability. Yeah, I think yeah, you just do your habits. What was that thing? Do your habits, yada yada yada. Don't forget the outcome. Just do life, right? Yeah, and I think you should have a goal in life. Not in the sense of like, I mean, not in a all dominating sentence is in like, like you're an athlete aiming for the Olympic medals, but more in the sense of like your life. Because I think if you don't have a goal in life, you'll be very miserable, right? Because then you just drift through life like not knowing anything really. But you have a goal, then you'll be fine, right? Because I think about my life, when I don't have a goal, I'm just sitting there like my hands like this, right? Not doing anything. It's a bit rough. But I think if you have a goal, then it's okay. Could be something as simple as, I want to save more money. I want to be more fit. I want to do this. And I've been really into the idea of goals recently in terms of planning. I mean, I guess I could say I've been more into planning recently. For example, like every quarter you have a plan, you do the plan, and then whatever happens. Because I think for me, one weakness of mine, not just in work, in life, is my lack of self-reflection. Because like I worry so much, but I don't do anything. So I feel like it's a waste of time. So if you're gonna worry, you might as well do something, right? As much as you can, at least. So yeah, I'll be trying to do that. But just ate. Yeah, so let's say every week you reflect on your life. Reflect on the week, and then you do whatever. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. So I'm gonna try to do that. I think you should have a hobby too, which for me is this and writing. So some people, because you need to have at least one aspect of your life going well, right? Like I say, work's not going well. You need to have your personal life in order, your hobby side in order, your exercise in order, your whatever your sleep in order, right? Because you can't be losing all fronts, right? Because I hope not. If you are, like, I hope you get better, man. Because if all fronts are losing, then you're screwed, right? I mean, like, I hope you get better, but like, let's be honest, right? You're screwed. So yeah, let's say like, work's not going well, but hey, you're not gonna get fired, right? People might yell at you. It's life. I mean, I don't say outside, but like, you gotta. I mean, hopefully you can deal with it. Then just go through life, find the work, do the work, do whatever, and yeah, just hope that you will. Now I'm worried about work again. People who know me know I worry a lot, so I'm sure that shows on camera. And I think, what else is there to think of? Yeah, I think you just, for me, I like to at least have one thing in my life going well. So, and you shouldn't worry too much. Yeah, just one thing going off. And just have many different boats that you're on. I think I'm rambling at this point just to get the 30 minutes, but say good practice. Yeah, rambling. Yeah, I talk all this, but I don't really do it. That's why I like to talk about it, because I think it's something like I really think about and struggle with. Because if I actually did everything I thought I was gonna do, like not all, but like the ones talking about, I'll be much better psychologically, right? Just think about it. Like, I mean, one for example is I like to read, right? But I haven't been reading consistently in so long. So imagine if I just read for the past 5 years every day, right? I think my life would be completely different, right? Or take any habit, right? If I went to bed like 9 p.m. every day for 5 years, I'm pretty sure my life would be completely different, right? But I don't. I just don't. I don't know why. Something always comes up today. Something always comes up, man. It's like something always comes up. It's like I can never be happy. It's like I can never be like still. Like I could be having the greatest day, then I sit in the freaking car, selling anxiety for what? I don't know. Like it just comes out of nowhere, man. Like I know my actions itself, like to take some personal accountability and responsibility, right? Like some of it's my actions, right? Like still fact, I wake up late. My sleep schedule is a bit like uneven, right? If I have that down, that's already a huge thing. But I don't have that down. Then there's the like I look at my phone first thing in the morning, right? That doesn't help, right? These two things add a lot of like emotional instability, pressure, damage, whatever you want to call it. Then like I look at my phone when I'm eating, look at my phone in the toilet, like it just add tambah ni macam. Then it's like, of course you're not gonna be happy, right? But even with that, sometimes I do everything right, for like a week. Then I wake up this Saturday, like everything's okay for the first 4, 5, 6 hours. Then the 7th hour, I'm in the car. It's like I get a lot of anxiety. I don't know where it's coming from, man. Like, I really don't know. Like, I have a job. Everything's going well. Like, not now, but back then. Like, I think I'm naturally such an anxious person. Like, or maybe I'm being narcissistic, man. Maybe you all feel like this. I'm not sure. Like, I get this like low sense of anxiety in the background. Like, not saying like it's a like medical condition, just something I experience, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe most times I'm actually just happy. Just I focus on other bits. But yeah, generally speaking, I think I have an even keel, but in the background it's always this like this buzzing, right? This anxiety, which never really goes away, except in brief moments, like I'm exercising. But when I'm like sitting there, it's not boredom I'm afraid of. It's just anxiety. Like being bored is okay, right? Maybe I'm mixing it up. Maybe what I feel is anxiety, it's just boredom. Not too sure. But I get this weird sensation in my chest, right? It's just like, that's what I'm afraid of. Let's say, like, you ask me, like, why can't I go to sleep early? Go to bed, right? It's just that I'm worried sitting there. There's this feeling, doesn't go away. I can't sleep, and just my mind goes in a circle. And just like, I'm wasting my time, right? Or I sit there in a bus stop, like, I'm worried, right? Like, is someone gonna come attack me? Or like, I mean, I don't really think like that, but like, for example, it's late at night, right? Just like, I wish it would disappear, Something like, do people feel like this? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just want to be able to just be calm, I guess. Be bored. Sit there, like, all right, I'm waiting. Nothing's gonna happen. I feel safe. Sometimes I feel like I'm exaggerating, because like, it's like my emotions can be a bit unstable. It goes up and down, which I think is partly an effect of my habits. Like I said, to sleep for one, looking at my phone first thing in the morning. 3, like transition activities like eating, getting in the car. When you're always stimulated, right, your body or your mind has no time to process, like in the background. So I'm trying to add more stillness in my life. So sleep on time, don't look at the phone. And I know it works because it's hard. It's very hard to do. I can do for 1-2 days, and third day something happens, man. To do it every day, man, it's difficult. It's not easy. I wish it was easy, man. If it was easy, bruh, my life would go well. But it's not easy, man. I think that shows like how important it is to just keep doing these things. I wish it was easy, man. I really wish it was easy, but it's not. I also want to find a better location to record this video. Like, I feel like walking helps, but like obviously if I walk here, you can't. Can you see me? I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know. But I think I should find a better way. Yeah, all my habits are just a way to feel better with myself. Because like, I'm 26, I feel like I wasted a huge amount of my time. Like, so the habits are just a way for me to, to look back to my past and say to myself, imagine a counterfactual world where I actually did them. I feel like I'll be much better. I guess maybe I'm too self-deprecating. Like, I just don't look at myself and think, hey man, I actually did something, right? Because like, it's not enough, right? It's never enough. Just like I said last video, sometimes I want to be the person that, I look at myself, I make progress, I make a plan, even though like at the end goal, like maybe other people are much more ahead of me. Then you just move on, right? I want the feeling that I'm genuinely proud of myself, which is very difficult to do because I can't sustain it. Like, I feel happy for some time, like now I feel like I'm just ranting. But yeah, I hope to continue this habit, continue my habits, especially this. Maybe I introduce, like now I'm trying to take videos every day, but I think it's not sustainable because you can see now I'm running out of steam. So I think I'll just need to find something else to do. I think it's 30 minutes. I'm not sure, but it's 29. It's close enough, man. Like for the first YouTuber, I don't want to record videos that just have a lot of fluff, which I think this one does. So yeah. Alright. That's it from me. 3 more seconds, then I'm out. Sayonara. Bye-bye.